I don't really know necessarily about sort of. I think they're never gonna catch NaVi on like a super weak map, right? In the Vito. So I don't think that's going to be such a big issue, but I mean, it's a map at least where they can have some fights straight up.
Oh, we're going live, baby. Yeah, they can, but I mean, do you really want to take fights straight up against the lineup that NaVi has at the moment? Like that's like 4 players deep that can take over the game, and actually 5 players, you know, I think against MIBR. I think Boomich is going to be looking deadly as well. 0 to 0.
Find out.
0 to 0, or 0-0, as we say here on this side of the world. And ooh,
they're actually tied with NaVi right now.
Are we getting? I think we're getting tech. I hear typing.
You hear typing?
But I see nobody stopping.
Okay, let's assume that it's all good.
Let's assume it's live.
We do have the P250 coming out long. It's on Joda, and we'll see if he can land anything. A lot of peeking all at the same time, but Boomich will stay alive, and I think that's really all he needed to do right there. Just don't get shut down, because that opens up the bomb side in a different way. And I think NaVi are fine to play this a retake. I don't think they care that much. They have double HE on Perfecto and Simple, so gotta be careful when you plant that bomb that you don't get exploded in the middle of it.
Waiting for the spam through the smoke before trying to cross, and they're going to get a good timing on it. Perfecto not landing anything. Boomich has a strong position as well, and as you said, the double nades, when do they decide to put those out? They have not heard the bomb tap. And Woody, he's going to fake it. He gets out. Oh, what a great shot. That's Bieta Anizan on the Boomich. And a good hold over towards the railing.
Ooh, scary stuff, but a good fake so that they didn't get dropped on the nade, at least. It's a bit of a beginning, and Simple, he's dropped some health too. Nice shot with the dually from Electronic, and he's going to keep going. Fantastic double kill from him right there. That might bring it back for NaVi, even if they are a little bit low on health. Oh, Exit, he's going to find the headshot. Mid-air catching Simple, and it's MIBR to pick up the pistol. That was an action-packed round once it got going.
Yeah, that really was. I thought Electronic with those dualies was going to spearhead that retake, but a good hold from MIBR. Yeah, he did a great job. These entry kills coming in, even the one towards Goose is quite nice, but so many bodies to deal with, and what a great late flank from Exit.
That is absolutely wild.
Even if he doesn't get that kill on Simple, he probably gets the kill inside the bomb site, and a very tough position for Simple. So nice pistol round for MIBR.
Not bad. They're up against Deagles and a Scout, and just running straight out long. Could be a bit dangerous. Joda, though, he's ready to take the fight, and he will win against both Boomich and Electronic. Not bad. A lot of pressure on him right there. Could have been a hard position, I think, to handle. Molotov to his left and smoke that he didn't really want to walk into, and he couldn't really get back behind the door either, so could have been dangerous. Now, I think it's just about sort of playing through the routine here and not making any silly mistakes. Get the smokes up, focus around the bomb, and don't challenge them too much.
No easy kills, and no kills go untraded in this kind of a situation. Good job on the bit over towards Elevator, peeking right before that second smoke plumes, and even pre-firing towards the angle. These first 2 rounds have get you feeling excited about your prediction?
I'm a veteran on this space, Jay. I've tried this many times before where you think, oh, yes. To be honest, I think even if MIBR went up 7 or 8-0 right now, even them, I wouldn't be doing a celebration thing, because like the truth is NaVi just is such a ridiculously strong team right now. So obviously the lead will have to be enormous for this to be interesting. Oh, he got robbed, Woody. He wanted to get that shot, but it came from the middle instead. But it is a 2-0 lead. It's a good beginning. How
do you know his name is Woody, by the way? That because I very infrequently see a 7 and think of that as like a, you know, that wouldn't add the E to me.
I think, to be honest, I think Maui Snake probably told me.
Okay.
And
so we have another chance for Maui Snake to be wrong. Yeah,
he is frequently wrong, but he is also a nerd, and I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I trust him with stuff like this. I do.
Ooh, nade stack. I think it was off its mark just a little bit. Boomich still has an HE. And MIBR is going to back out of danger. Woody leading the way with that P250, Scout in hand, but we've got a Zeus and Perfecto a little bit blind, messes with the aim. And this is kind of cool, at least from MIBR, just continuing the aggression, just peeking up, like having the confidence, knowing they're going up against unarmored pistols, just not being afraid of the fights whatsoever. So it's going to be a pretty quick 3-0, all things considered.
Yeah, picking some good spots here to fight towards the middle, and then I don't know if they even dodged the nades. He might be right. Some of those nades probably just didn't really hit. So a little bit of fortune there for MIBR. They're going to be pleased with that to begin with. But obviously, the real test will be the next round.
The next round.
Right. Getting themselves warmed up. I mean, even in some of these rounds where they've basically won the rounds. They're still pretty aggressive about finding the kills. I mean, it's also Brazilian Counter-Strike, so you expect that to some degree. But I feel like this MIBR team has actually been playing a little bit more measured in the past, from what I've seen. They haven't had quite that crazy Brazilian flavor, so I don't know. Maybe they've brought it today, but I've seen them play way more slow in the past.
There's like almost like a revolution going on in the Brazilian scene now, with like the old guard finally, for the most part, you know, being shuffled out of these lineups. Now you have the God Sense. Now you have the MIBRs trying to figure out a new style for Brazilian Counter-Strike. Simple. Oh, he's got him anyways. Woody comes back for it.
That was still the scout on the other side, right?
Yeah, he tagged him.
Yeah, he did tag him. But it shows you the difference in the weaponry right there. Simple. Oh, tagging up Perfecto. Also getting some grenade damage on him, I believe. But losing Woody at the beginning makes it a 4-on-5. Could be interesting. I mean, remember how long it took for NIP, the original, the core lineup, the 87-0 lineup to finally depart and make way for the rest of sort of the Swedish scene to even do anything. Maybe Brazil is not quite that bad, but there has been, you know, some legends around that have been hard to push out. So maybe we could see something similar. Turtle with absolutely fantastic control out long. 2 kills for him. Puts MIBR back in the lead. That
was nice from MIBR as well. The shooting from Simple in middle, and they were just waiting for his rotation. Electronic is in a near impossible situation. Great spray control. Bits there for the save. And oh boy, MIBR had a huge advantage, and it's taken away from them. Nicely done from Electronic with a double kill, and last player standing, 1 versus 3. He goes down as well. First round on the board for the NaVi defense.
Really well done from Electronic up there. And you know, it is always dangerous when you get close to that crossing with the smoke, right? Because you know people can be flashed through. But that wasn't even the problem here. It was just the timing on Electronic as they were actually jumping past. So well played. The first round on the board for NaVi. And did they get to save the orb on Simple? I'm not even sure. Or did they rebuy it? They don't have a lot of money, but then again, neither do MIBR.
They had players close enough to save it, so I'm assuming they picked it up. I didn't catch it either way. Round number 5. And this one's a little bit slower to start things out. 3 players in upper dark, 2 out towards long. That includes the bomb as well. Just looking for pushes. Nobody being aggressive from the MIBR side or the NaVi side.
Yeah, a bit more of a slow round here from everyone, really.
Little pace change.
Yeah. And they're really worried about someone running down into lower dark, which again, with the recent change to Dust 2, is something that CTs will do more now, it seems. So I don't really blame them for being careful, cautious of this idea. For the longest time, it wasn't really much of a thing, but it's been brought back in recent history. Under a minute now. No real attempt for NaVi to try and get a lot of information about what's happening right now, but they're probably also just so confident in their normal defense that they don't feel like they really even need to. Middle is open, though.
Yeah, I think we'll see. You'll obviously see someone when NaVi start feeling a bit more comfortable with their money. Woody gonna peek up Catwalk, 35 seconds, and really MIBR hasn't done a whole lot quite yet, but they have gotten a decent amount of control for free up Catwalk. With no real contest. This has got to be a mid to B split.
Yeah.
4 players just dropping down. They're already out mid. 20 seconds on the clock.
This is a crazy timing for a mid to B split right now. Any mistakes and they're going to be out of the round. 15 seconds. It is almost already done. And with that kill for Perfecto, it might just be an exit. Goes down and it's a 3 versus 5 as they still are fighting in the middle. Woody.
He needs to die.
Yeah, he probably does. 3 seconds. They're going to help him out a little bit with that one. Turtle would have been cool for a very late flank, assuming that all the rest of it would have worked out, but that never happened. I wonder if I don't think they intentionally waited that late. I kind of wonder what slowed them down. I feel like 20 seconds when you start to execute in the middle, that's pretty wild.
Well, I mean, especially considering NaVi wasn't contesting anything. They were deep into the B bomb site. They were deep back at the A bomb site. Nobody was peeking mid. Nobody was peeking off Catwalk. Actually, MIBR got so much control for free. They just never wanted to pull the trigger on that final hit. And I think part of it comes down to not really seeing anything and not really knowing what's on the other side and just a little bit perhaps nervous to finally give the green light. So 3-0 start for MIBR. That's dwindled to a 1-round lead, and now they're playing with Turtles, saved AK-47, and pistols. So a great chance for NaVi here to even up the scoreline early on.
Thinking about it, smoke just fading. Would love to have caught Perfecto with a one-shot headshot there. Not going to be the case. Perfecto, again, also a very smart player. Not going to give him the chance.
This is going to be another slow round from MIBR with just the AK-47 with no utility. So, I mean, you have to imagine these Deagles are mostly going to chill and let that AK-47 do the work. See if Turtle can provide anything for you.
Yeah, double AWP as well on the NaVi side. Certainly interesting. Maybe for MIBR, a problem that they will have to try and find a way to solve. Boomich goes down. He had a bit of a slow start to the game. No kills yet for him. But the rest of his team is doing all right. A bit getting caught. A little bit awkward there. Lucky to be alive. And BR coming up from the catwalk now.
Ooh, this is everything. Electronic is in some trouble on the other side of this smoke. If this lurk works perfectly, they almost need to take some attention away, but yeah, the smoke fades. Electronic didn't have the timing. Oh, and now this round is really being contested. Good kill from Perfecto. Here's your favorite, the run boost. This time it kind of works. He gets picked out of the sky, and all the danger dissipates.
Very hard to get away here. Joda, he really wants to reset that position, but Perfecto will catch him. It's a good recovery from NaVi in this round. You're right, it was a bit dangerous, and if he could have caught the kill on Perfecto, BR when he came in and picked up the AK, that would have been wild, but yeah, they tried, and it was just a bit too much. That's
a bit of a crazy little wide swing there for Boomich. I think maybe a little bit of a rustiness to perhaps start the year opening match.
Yeah.
I think, you know, NaVi of end of last year, I think NaVi very quickly, especially in this group stage, I think we'll start seeing Boomich maybe makes that wide swing with a flashbang from a teammate instead of just dry.
Yeah. Wow, battle out long. I think you're right. Could definitely be one of those. Let's just get back into the swing of things, you know, and maybe especially when you're down a couple of rounds, you haven't done much, you feel extra pressure to really perform and do something. They kind of back off that long position. Yeah, they do all the way now. They're just going to give it up. I feel like still, it's really hard for the CTs to contest that long corner when the Ts throw that smoke from T-spawn that lands at the corner. It's just very hard to fight around. And if you decide to stick around and keep the fight and it goes against you and you have to sort of run back through long and they're going to shoot from the pit, it's just not a good time. So I understand why NaVi wanted to cancel that. Ooh, Electronic. This, though, is an interesting play. Wow, he snuck through. They don't know.
Yeah, I love this. This is awesome. Let's see what he can get from it. Now, there is nobody inside of the B bomb site to coordinate this push, and MIBR is aware of the possibility, but Electronic is quick and accurate, holding the angle. They're all going to come in. He gets the dink, can't clean it up. Now at NaVi, they started to cheat over towards the A bomb site, and Perfecto, he's got to hustle. One kill as Joda falls back from long A, but Perfecto can't get into the bomb site. So this will be a retake eventually. The question is, how much damage? Can NaVi get any kills before the bomb actually goes down? Flashbang comes in. Perfecto, aggressive, and runs out of bullets.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I like everything about that play, but he needed to get that kill, and he definitely had the opportunity and the chance to do it. Boomich, good timing, landing him at the second kill of the game for him, and he's going to keep building. This is his round. Third kill for Boomich, and he's looking for a bit more. He's got a couple of bullets left. Exit, though, will take him down, but it's still going to be the round for NaVi at the end.
The two kills from Boomich are obviously great. The planter and the player on the platform is fantastic, but the pacing of Boomich's flank is actually wonderful because it's making the defenders keep their eyes on that flank while the rest of his teammates are retaking from window, peeking in towards door, and you never let that second player who's playing in the corner by the doors actually pay attention to where the retake's coming in. Really well done from Boomich to keep attention in his direction.
Maybe a tiny thing worth noting there as well. Perfecto in the beginning, before he got flashed in, obviously that was sort of actually, say, like a huge off timing in terms of the play, but he could have been on the bomb site before MIBR were, but I think smartly he decided not to do that because it's such a weird all-in, and if he dies, the round is probably over. So, I mean, I think Perfecto is just a smart player, but it's worth watching out for. I think many people, if you're playing matchmaking, that's what you do. You'd be like, okay, I can get to the bomb site first. Let me just run and try and smoke it off, and I'll try and live, you know, and fight inside of the bomb site. I think that's a tiny detail, but
yeah, it certainly is. It requires a little bit of, you gotta have faith. That's probably a teammate saying, I have a flashbang, wait for me as well, right? Bit has no idea Woody's in pit. They have no clue he's here. Bit's actually in a lot of danger and doesn't realize it quite yet, but I mean, that all depends on Woody playing a nice little game of peekaboo. He doesn't look like he wants to investigate whatsoever.
Not yet. I mean, timing is everything, right? There's someone waiting up there. That's so dangerous. Bit is there with the AWP, I think. Now they realize, but what do you make out of I mean, the element of surprise in that position is everything. Now they know that he's down there. Is it still worth it? Should you try and escape?
Doesn't have to. He can just chill, especially, I mean, his teammates, look at how he's kind of freezing this defense now. They have to stay in the A bomb site, so they're going to be a little bit crunched. You don't want to be exposed towards long either. And Bit, he's just got a plethora of nades just chilling inside that bomb site that he can continually reuse to re-smoke. Oh, he's got one more smoke and one more Molotov in his hand. Actually, even a Molotov after this.
Wow.
MIBR is going to get stalled out.
They're actually in so much trouble, and you're right, and they don't even know it. They think that must have been the last one. Just wait it out, guys. We're almost there, and there's going to be one more on it. And electronic. There's still 3 people at the bomb site. They get absolutely shut down. This is so well played for NaVi. Oh, and what a flick coming out from Bit. Not normally. You see him with the AWP, but this time he worked fantastically. This is actually a very, very hard round, I think, for MIBR to read, because they get the kill in the middle. Once you do that, you're not probably expecting for there to be another 3 people on the B bomb or the A bomb site with that many nades. I mean, it was never ending. There's still one there right in front of him.
Well, this is where I think if you're MIBR, yeah, you can't really read the nade situation. He had what, like 2 or 3 smokes throughout that round, 2 Molotovs to utilize as well, and with no pressure on him and never having to use any one of those before the end. Yeah, MIBR, this slow pace is kind of backfiring.
Ooh. Okay.
For all the things not going the way of MIBR,
yes.
One thing that is going nicely is Simple's 1 and 7. They've essentially neutralized him. Saw a previous round a miss from Simple as they picked him off in mid. This round the push. He's trying to get into a little bit of groove. He gets shut down.
Yeah, they're a couple of years late from the NaVi, where Simple was the only one carrying the whole team. You know?
Right.
This is the modern version of NaVi, where there's lots of other people that can take over and help. So. But you're right. That's something to look for right now. It's been 5 in a row for NaVi, so the early sort of, I mean, slow start, but just losing the pistol in the couple rounds, that's all distant past right now. They don't care about it any longer. And we'll see if MIBR can find a way. That last round is kind of concerning, because that kind of suggests, not just in terms of the firepower, but just in terms of their read of the game, NaVi are a couple of steps ahead here.
Ooh, that's awkward. Electronic, he's going to recover for the moment, but again, danger out towards long. Boomich, he had to get aggressive. He was getting pinched. It's now on Perfecto and Bit, and oh boy, tough retake ahead. 2 on 3.
With that grenade, yeah, you're right. It's very tricky. A bit on that AWP as well, walking up that ramp, and they're getting flanked at the same time, which they don't even realize yet. The smoke might help them from that flank, or it might not. Too early to tell. They're trying to see if they could get in and get a look at find anyone, but that's not currently happening, and I think now they're setting up for a bit of a boost. A lot of patience for that mid flank still. Finally, Exit's going to come in and try and do some damage, and he'll find the kill on Bit, and that really should be enough. Turtle getting the last one, and MIBR finding a 4th round. And in one of the most unlikely rounds for them to win at all.
Yeah, well, it obviously helped out a little bit by this shot right here. Nice one. Simple goes down. 5 on 4 round. Electronic even getting caught off guard towards Catwalk. This time a little bit earlier in the round, MIBR pulling the trigger and attacking the bomb site. And they close the gap to just 1. Timeout is called by MIBR to make sure that they can get a couple rounds in a row and start building back some momentum. And you have to think you have the economy from NaVi at a little bit of a teetering point as well.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the rounds they lost, they have managed to do some damage at a minimum. So I think they're in a decent position on that front. Jodo's been hitting some really good shots. He's been showing up in a big way early on in the game. So kind of cool to see as well. And they're going to need it. They're basically going to need every single person. There's no one could be slacking in this moment. So 4-5 is the scoreline as we get back into it. And you're right. Couple of FAMAS in play here. Very limited on the grenades. Exit out long. Probably had the spawn for it, but didn't get the flick this time.
It's close. Gonna drop the AWP over. And fall into pretty standard just default for the MIBR side. 2 players at top mid, 2 players in lower dark. A 3rd one is gonna come join up, probably to look for that upper B push. And gonna be the waiting game, a little bit of patience for the MIBR side.
We've seen that attempted so much now when AWPers are kind of waiting for that trick smoke to be set up. It's worked a couple of times.
It usually works more because the person throwing the smoke doesn't get away quick enough, right?
Oh, that's a good flick from Woody. Taken down simply, he walked right into that one, but his crosshair wasn't directly on it, so that's a good job. 10 rounds deep now, and we'll see. NaVi starting to react a little bit to that loss, actually doubling up with the FAMAS here, but there's going to be the whole MIBR team on this. Surely the FAMAS will never win this fight. They'd need an incredible flashbang to set this up to begin with. The smoke is going to be fading in a couple of seconds, and already BR coming in with a kill, and they're going to find Electronic too. Turtle with a good shot there, and now they should. This is where you want. This is probably where you don't have quite the depth of experience on MIBR, but you hope for them to be able to take a deep breath. And we have time. Just slow it down. Don't walk into anything silly. Make sure you check everything and play this one out.
This is a nice little, like, just rinse and repeat. How many times have we seen, like, Simple get picked off, and then you have, like, 3, 4, 5 players marching up catwalk and attacking into the bomb site, and now it's worked twice in a row.
Yeah, I mean, really, really good timing. And unlike one of the previous rounds where they kind of got stuck in a never-ending barrage of grenades, there really weren't that many nades for NaVi, which is probably also why they wanted to be aggressive to take that fight, right? I
posed the question to you in a little bit of a delay before the game began. Did you think Simple was going to match his level towards the end of the year the way Nico did yesterday? Not so far.
No.
I would have been right there with you saying yes, though.
I'm not
going to abandon you.
No, I think anyone looking at the history, right, of him playing, to pick a day, yeah, that's wild.
That's nasty.
Ooh. Man, the production team is going wild on this one. I don't know. It's if you look at like all the days lined up last year, and you had to pick the 1 or 2 days where Simple wasn't having a good day, like, you know, good luck. It's just gonna be tough, right? There just aren't that many to pick. And even this, we've seen the same many times where it starts like this, and then he still gets to the beginning of the first half, second half, and he still has, you know, 17 kills or something. So
it's nice that we've seen MIBR take 2 rounds in a row, and I mean, it's looking like I mean, certainly they have the odds are with them to take a 3rd straight up against 3 unarmored pistols. So I mean, I think the tough part is when if you have a start like this from Simple where he's 1 and 8 and he's not having a whole lot of impact and you're not able to put rounds on the board. The fact that they're able to start getting some rounds on the board, that they're actually able to take advantage of it is good.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Obviously.
I mean, but there could be a world, right, in which they get rid of Simple, but then everyone else still overpowers. Right. You're like, oh, we didn't even get anything from that situation. So I agree. I mean, so far a lot of things are pointing in the right direction for MIBR, but they obviously, ideally, would like to go into the second half, you know, 10-5, like a big as lead as they could possibly get. Like it's just going to be hard no matter what. So, the fact that they're tied 5-5 is kind of impressive, but also at the same time probably nowhere near enough. So,
good setup though from NaVi. I mean, obviously they've seen round after round these kind of slow played MIBR attacking up catwalk, attacking towards the A bomb site. They've got 3 players directly there. You've got a 4th one ready to go in CT spawn. Timing is everything. Bit can't control it. He's not quite into a safe position, wasn't ready for the fight, and now it's just the USPs. I think Electronic with the other M4 will be fighting, or excuse me, Perfecto fighting from the ramp, but it just doesn't matter. Stunning shots from exit.
Yeah, great controlling of that ledge to cover himself, obviously, and just have to cross in the right position to get that headshot against Perfecto. That was really, really good.
And I think, I mean, we've touched on the kind of quiet game from Simple, and not to harp on it as an individual, but from a strategic aspect, think of like the tax that we've seen teams have to play against NaVi on Dust 2 when Simple's having his great game. When you're losing a player in mid each and every time, when he's picking somebody off walking up catwalk, when he's doing a lot of damage to the double doors or a nice little nade, something, anything. They're not even getting that out of him right now. So MIBR have a lot of comfort just taking that mid control, walking up catwalk, and having access.
You're right. There is a bit of luxury coming the way of the Brazilian side at the moment. We'll see how long that lasts for. But obviously now they're going to be helped continuously by the NaVi economy. That's always going to be just a little bit questionable, and they're not quite going to have the luxury of all of the AWPs and everything else. So some things are working out in their favor ever so slowly, which is interesting to see, if nothing else. Back in the lead a little bit now, which is I still think is definitely fun. Of course, there's also the fact that they're going to be switching sides at one point, and they're going to be playing on the CT side, and I think That could be, and that'd be very hard to do against NaVi on Dust 2. So I expect that they're going to have their work cut out for them on that one. That's where you have to deal with Boomich, you know, jumping at you with the Mac 10, crazy through smoke. It's gonna be all
Well,
kinds of things.
it's also one, as you mentioned, you like, and what we're seeing on this T side is like pretty heavily grouped up with these catwalk attacks and exchanges. CT side, you don't get it. Just kind of stack 4 people at the point of attack and make sure that you always have a man advantage. That's where, you know, deep into your roster, everyone's got to be able to hold their own individually.
And it'd be interesting to see how Woody's going to be doing on that CT side with the AWP, if he can be mobile enough to have an impact across the map and not just in whatever bomb site he's going to be in, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions. Another tech pause as we sit and wait, as we chill.
Someone is, I don't know, done something. Symbols of us stand up, so I don't know what that means. He's playing with no shoes on. Don't your feet get cold? I don't know. Do you play no shoes? I guess most people do.
No, I play with the shoes or slippers of some kind.
Slippers. Gaming slippers?
No, but we should invent those. I'm sure we could.
Yeah, we probably could.
We could maybe get them like Bluetooth activated as well, and you could like change the temperature of a heating thing in your toes.
That'd be very smart. Maybe with the
maybe like a massage mode as well. You can massage your feet while you're playing.
Yeah, and it could be like the Rumble Pack thing, like the haptic feedback. So. And
what if you could plug it into like the API? So then, you know, as soon as someone plants the bomb, like you have like the bomb beeping as like a sensation in your foot.
That's I remember once I watched a whole documentary about some kids from I think MIT that beat some of the Las Vegas casinos by having essentially feedback in like tiny built computers in their feet.
Yeah.
In their shoes.
I heard about that.
Like they beat the roulette because they could narrow down where it would land based on how many spins the table would do. It's very interesting, very cool.
When was that? Because I think there's an era of Vegas where you don't want to get caught doing something like that.
Or at least it's more exciting to pull up something like that.
Nowadays you just get put in the black book, but you know there was an era where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I think eventually they just got barred because obviously even if they can't prove you cheat, they're still just going to bar you from the establishment, right? But
absolutely.
Still, so yeah, okay. Gaming slippers coming up.
Yeah, looking for influencers to market that as just get in touch with me or Anders. 6-5 in the favor of MIBR. Round number 12 is live, and Electronic wants to get aggressive. I think Simple's even pushing behind him as well. This kind of a push failed previously. This time he's got it. Turtle, I think he's jumping to try and maybe see if there's going to be an op deep and way back, and did not expect the M4 up close.
Yeah, that jump could have maybe saved him if there was an AWP waiting. It absolutely killed him.
Yeah. Talk about a coin flip.
Yeah. Well, such is life. Good start for NaVi in this round. And again, their money's not really that good. I mean, they're basically out of nades already in this round. So if they can win this round just on firepower alone, that's going to be amazing. Bit with a good return kill and make it a double. Could have a chance to pick up that M4. And now they have a big lead here. 2 versus 4. Woody and Joda left. Very hard to find a way out of this one. They have some time, which I guess is the main thing for them right here. At least they can spend some time looking for another kill, maybe.
They have some time, and as you mentioned, with such little nades, only 1 smoke on Boomich, like there's a lot of time for Woody with this op to be dangerous. Molotov, seeing if he can force anyone out. Boomich has just used that smoke in towards the long double doors. And they're going to start pushing forward. Flashbang out. They have no idea Electronics in the bomb site. When does he decide to peek up? It's going to be a tough shot to hit. Woody's looking for it, and he's got the trade at the very least. Nice shot from Electronic to take down the first player. And Woody looking for a bomb plant, or looking to thin the herd a little bit.
1 versus 3 for him right here, and he's going to go straight for the bomb plant inside of the smoke. Be a little bit helpful to his team, but he is surrounded, and they're eventually going to get him. Bit will take him down. Nice triple for him in this one. First 2 with the FAMAS. Picks up the M4 and keeps going. So NaVi going to tie the scoreline back up and make it 6-6. Yeah,
that's a solid win. And you got the op in your hands to pass over towards Simple, although he might have... nope, Boomich has got it again.
All right. Good job. Yeah, very... It's an interesting, I think, thing for Electronic in that moment, because obviously, generally, when you're playing that box on the A-bomb side, you're super tempted to keep peeking, you know, one or the other side. You want to know. Yeah. But the fact that he never showed himself actually made that round annoying to MIBR, because they just, I mean, from their point of view, they sort of check almost everything else, and maybe eventually they just assume, okay, maybe he's just long instead, and no one's there. So doing nothing sometimes is also a pretty good move.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Doing nothing is everything. 6-6, all tied up. Quick boost towards Catwalk. Simple, gonna get aggressive.
That's really quick.
Bloodthirsty.
He should be. He's only got 1 kill right now to 10 deaths. So get him back in action here if you're on the side of NaVi. You want that. Oh, that's a catch for BR. Maybe he could get the kill still, but Bit is going to live through that one. That is a bit fortunate.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
He's very, very fortunate, and Navi's fortunate to not have to play a man down. Boomich is tagged up to half HP. Bit has 10 health, so actually early exchanges heavily favoring MIBR. You're going to change the way Navi can set up and the way they can play. I think Bit's going to have to switch into the B bomb site, perhaps play back plat with that low health.
Very, very dangerous. But MIBR also going to be focused on seeing if there's any more of a reaction in here. You can tell that they're waiting for a rotation maybe from CT spawn or something like that. And we've already seen them once kind of run out of time, and they've played a couple of more rounds very late into the round. So you want to be careful not to spend too much time in the middle as well.
No, but Navi knows they've been beat on Catwalk a couple times, so they're emphasizing it here. Electronic flashbang in, and oh, he goes for the first one. Spray doesn't connect at all whatsoever. Perfecto close up to double doors. He's going to push forward. He misses his opportunity as well. Now it's on Simple, who's had a quiet game, but MIBR has bailed out to the other side of the map. Out mid, doesn't even matter. Turtle's got a double. They don't even need the B bomb site. They'll go up mid and get everything they want, and this one is going to be easy from here on out.
Great call to fall back, especially once they find Perfecto coming out the middle like that, because they did so much damage to Bit to begin with. They can start to guess and put it together that there's not going to be that many people basically over at the B bomb site. So you love to see that quick and swift call from MIBR falling back. All right, Simple with the AWP. I mean,
yikes.
you could go hunt him. You have a couple of people that have the money if you really want to.
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't you? Especially because after this, there's only, what, 2 rounds left in the half. I mean, get in there. You don't want to be, you know, even with this kind of a quiet game from Simple, you want the op out of his hands as much as possible. Peeking up, Woody has a miss. Simple's got the shot. One player coming from the long cave, but not too aggressive at the moment, and they're going to let him live. They have mercy.
Interesting. Yeah, or respect. One, you know, maybe that's the real downside is you go after him, you warm him up. He's gonna
true.
Just keep him quiet.
This is a Navi, I think, that individually seems a little bit sluggish.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna throw that out there.
I agree. Well, I mean, it's still early on, and I still think Navi are doing fine in terms of winning the map here. I think that they're not falling that far behind, really.
No.
But that was kind of, if you had to back up the prediction of MIBR winning, it would have to be that. Right? Start of the year, like best of ones, who knows? Like they're going to be maybe a little bit slow into it. So I don't know if it's going. I still would have loved to have seen MIBR at 10 rounds to start this with, you know, in the first half. Just because I still think once the half goes and we switch sides, a lot could happen in that little break. So
yeah,
I'm not.
Well, a lot can happen in this round. Simple still has an AWP, and they've cleared out lower dark. They're aggressive at mid. They know nobody has presence there. They know Catwalk has been a big focal point. Previously in this half, we've seen Navi not ignore, but not be too worried about the B bomb site itself through the tunnels. So you're going to see Navi obviously putting a lot of attention towards long A for the rest of this round. And they don't really have the weaponry outside of the op on Simple, which is obviously the game changer.
Yeah, and it could really, I mean, in theory, it could win the whole round, depending on how much they challenge it. Smokes are a good way to avoid the AWP, though, so they're going to be able to do that to begin with, at least. Simple will take down Turtle. They're going to put a lot of pressure on him, and he couldn't escape, couldn't survive, and none of his teammates could even help him out in that moment, so
yep.
Nicely done from MIBR. I think that's one of the few moments probably where if you show way too much respect and kind of say, oh, don't peek him, you could also give him a way out of that fight more than maybe you needed to, but now we pick up the AWP and they try and save that into the next round. But still, it's going to be 8-6 in favor of MIBR right now. So that is certainly interesting news. With who's top right? BR right now is BR Edison. We had some trouble in the beginning. Now it's
it flows now.
We've made it work. And Turtle and Exit right behind. So generally speaking, they're putting up some good numbers. Boomich and Simple on the other side definitely falling a little bit behind. Bit and Electronic, which is still a terrifying duo to be up against.
What if your nickname was ANDers?
Yeah, it would be long to say.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Especially from a broadcasting point. The clutch is over by the time you get through the
whole name.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
All right, well, 1-round lead for MIBR. Still NaVi not fully clicking back into this map just yet. But as you said, it's not time to like pull the ripcord or really have any too crazy of a fear that they're going to drop the whole thing. We'll see how the second half goes after the break, but obviously NaVi, just from a mental perspective, would like to steal this last one away.
Always feels good, yeah, to just get into the break and have a little bit of a feeling.
If you're playing this sluggish, and you got to know, I mean, remember, we saw some of the best Counter-Strike that NaVi played towards the end of last year, and hearing from Blade, hearing from Simple, and people who are still not happy with the overall performance, still seeing a lot of mistakes. This is one of the great things that we've seen in NaVi's kind of rise, is not just their ceiling getting extended and rising and lifting up, but also their bad games were so much better. Like, they can still win games where they're playing poorly. And that's kind of the belief you have to have right now if you're NaVi at the moment. 8-6.
Oh, that's a nice Molotov. Some damage on. I agree, man. I think it was so impressive that even after winning the major, there wasn't like some catastrophic drop-off, which can really happen once you achieve something like that. But they seem to keep their focus, so I think generally, yeah, a lot of good signs still for the NaVi side. 15th round here, 40 seconds left. They have really not tried to hit this B-bomb side a lot. Like you said, it's been a lot of catwalk, a lot of long play. They tried this once, and it was very, very late when they tried to execute it. We're kind of getting to that spot once again. 30 seconds as they are towering inside of the smoke. BR will open it up with a kill on Bit, and that's huge. Almost could have had Perfecto, but Electronic is there to help out, and he takes him down. And now Perfecto, the sole defender of the bomb site, they lined up. That could have been a double, and that could have maybe ended the round. 16 seconds on the clock, but it should be a bomb plant here for the Brazilian squad, and maybe that's enough to get 9 rounds on the board. Electronic is inside. Yeah, that would have been crazy to try and run through. And now a very hard retake ahead of NaVi.
Yeah, very, very difficult. This B-bomb site's so tough to retake. Here comes what utility they have. It's going to get delayed by that Molotov, offset by maybe a second or two for Boomich's. This flashbang is going to have to be perfect. Layered, staggered, and Boomich has the opening kill. A little bit blind. Now rotating around. He's got another one. It's picture perfect. Absolutely perfect from Boomich. And NaVi have a 7th.
That is so crazy. They made that look way too easy. What a retake that was from NaVi. They get another one on the board, and we'll see how they can do in the second half. It's coming right up.
With a new year comes new content from Blast and Betway. For the Blast Spring groups, we've got something special coming your way. The Free-for-All Fiesta. 3 groups of 4 players will fight it out in our factory new Free-for-All arena. But there's a twist. Weapons will change every 20 seconds. The player with the highest number of kills will be crowned the winner. Make sure to stay tuned on the Blast Premier stream to see your favorite pros go head to head.
And we are back. Kind of a sour end to that first half of MIBR. That was essentially a 1 round. 4 versus 3, B bomb side, bomb planted. It's all good. I mean, I think it's still pretty cool that they managed to get 8 rounds in the first half of MIBR, but it should have been 9.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, that kind of a retake, you certainly have the advantage in that post plant. But I mean, as you mentioned a couple times, this is the half where it gets really interesting. This is the half where we get to see nice opening. That's just a heads-up duel versus simple. Something is not feeling great on the NaVi side of things, and Bieta is on his cousin. Huge issues in middle. One more would be spectacular. Traded, and thankfully MIBR did not try and throw bodies to try and save his teammate and overextend. 4-on-4 here in the pistol, and a lot of damage done to NaVi. 1 smoke left as well.
You have to appreciate the commitment to that fight. You're like, I'm never backing down. I'm sitting top mid with no backup, just shooting at any moment. 3 people could show up from T-spawn and just, you know, run down to his side and help me. But
you know, the only difference between courage and stupidity is the outcome.
Yeah, there we go. Well, it worked, so we're all good. Still a 4-on-4. Exit gonna smoke up the door, but there's still a lot of people coming his way, and they need some backup out here from that A bomb side. 2 people, I don't think will be able to hold this on their own. Exit though, brilliant headshot to begin with, and boom it, she's in trouble too. Bomb is on the ground. Exit doing all the work right here. A great triple and perfecto. He was meant to be the lone lurker in middle to try and help out once the bomb is down, and that's not doable any longer. They just need to play around for time right now. 40 seconds left for Perfecto to go in there, maybe find another kill, find the bomb, and then fight for the afterplan is not going to happen. Great round from MIBR.
A really nice round from MIBR. That's both pistols.
Getting nervous yet, Jason? You feeling the...
You know, Anders, no.
No?
I just, no.
You know I'm going to be insufferable the whole week. Whole next week, too.
You've been insufferable for years. This next week isn't going to change anything.
It's powered by these small wins, is what I'm saying.
All those small wins adding up.
Yeah, just every once in a while. Simple, not quite successful with the Eagle out long, but if they could pull together and win these next couple of rounds, they would be up to 11-7. That's a great position. You don't need much from that point there. I'm just saying, they have the roadmap to get to 16. They could do it.
They can do it. Deagle leading the way out mid. SMG, probably, you'd imagine from Woody, gonna chew him up, but he backs away after just 1 kill, plays it safe, doesn't give anything over to the NaVi side. 5-on-4. And spotting no one as he crosses the double doors. NaVi still just probing with these Deagles, still not finding anything just yet. Not even a clean shot, not even a clean fight.
Angling for it? No, not getting the shot. Okay, interesting. Still so far for simple. Electronic, though. Consecutive headshots. Absolutely well played. 40 seconds. He's going to run straight for the bomb plant. Why not get that extra cash no matter what the outcome of the round is here?
Ice cream sandwich if they win.
Oh, okay. We've got something on the line here. Cheeseburgers yesterday. Was you something on your mind?
We're just going to make a full meal.
All right.
Eventually we'll get to the appetizers.
Electronic. Oh, he's going to get outdone. He probably need a Perfecto out there to help him.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Great way, like the situation they're in. 2 great shots from from Electronic to even get that bomb play. You're going to be happy. Remember, NaVi also didn't buy into this round. That was unarmored Deagles. So they were going to buy in this third round no matter what. That plant just helps bolster what they're going to be able to bring into this round.
True. Whoop. Man, good shots from Electronic. Reminds them who they're playing against. Got to do that sometimes. But you're right. It's going to be the buy here. Simple with the AWP once again.
Turtle's just laughing his face off, though. I don't think he cares who he's playing against.
No. That's what I like about the... I mean, this isn't quite as crazy in terms of the celebrations, but there's just always that feeling when you're watching the Brazilians play, right? You're just excited.
This is when you hear someone talk about playing with no pressure. This is kind of that. You know, you take a headshot like that, or like a 1 deagle like that from Electronic, and you're able to just kind of laugh it off. Because you're up, you're up 2 rounds, and you're not even supposed to win it, so whatever. You're doing a great job. On the other side of things, you're seeing some of the frustration. When someone from NaVi takes a 1 deagle like that, and you see a little bit of a head shake.
Oh, the timing!
What?
They were setting up some kind of play. I don't know if they were under the run boost or just peek around the corner, but he just took them both down. That's extremely uncharacteristic for a team like NaVi.
I need to see that transfer. Oh, that second kill, I thought for sure that was traded every day of the week. What a double kill from Turtle. Woody's going to back away with the SMG. Oh, there it is again. Third kill for Turtle, but Simple's here for the trade. Now picking up the AK-47, and you can see he wants to press the issue. He wants to end this round. He knows Woody is very, very low. It's been called out by a teammate, and he's got it. Simple. That's the kind of assertive attitude you do not want to see in Simple's play on this T side.
Yeah, but if you're a NaVi fan, that's what you've been waiting for. When can we get him back in? That shot, I agree, that looked very, very confident. Just need a couple of more rounds like that. The bomb is down now, and Simple back through the smoke there on the catwalk, so pressure is on MIBR to find a way to retake this one, and it won't be easy. They've managed to relocate into the middle instead, giving up on that catwalk split. And, oh, it's going to be a double peek out here. Very hard to deal with. The flashbang is actually really good, but they just couldn't quite get the kill. They ran essentially into the crossfire. Their exit, he couldn't get the transfer, and Simple will win the last fight there.
And Simple showed presence on catwalk watching the flank through his own smoke, and then just bailed out immediately to go help his teammate. And you could see nobody wanted, I think it was Exit, who just backed off and wanted nothing to do with trying to attack Simple on catwalk in the post plant. That's a spectacular double kill. Turtle gets 3 in the round overall, but it's a losing effort, unfortunately. I think Simple ends with 4.
Unfortunately, yeah, because that was all set up for them after, especially after the double kill. Not meant to be, and it's going to be 10-8 instead. Boomich with some wild spray from that Galil down towards the pit. Doesn't really get it done, and now he is kind of stuck in this corner, and it could get awkward. Sometimes you end up pulling in more teammates to help you out, and it just gets worse and worse, although it looks like NaVi are fighting their way out in style. And they're going to convert that 3-1 win for them. And those SMGs at range, then they're not getting the job done. So good job. Going to win the round and bring it back. Now only a 1-round difference at 10-9.
This next gun round, I think, for MIBR, just from a mental game perspective, is going to be huge. Like, if you start feeling like Navi's gaining some pace and just wiping you off the map, even when the guns come back out, like that round, you'll forget about, whatever. This next round with just pistols, who cares? The round after that, when you have rifles, if you get deleted, that's when you're like, oh, you know, we've kept him down as long as we possibly could.
And now it's over.
Yeah, now the boss is here.
I do want to draw your attention to an important point, though, which is the fact that Jacob said at the beginning that they were going to get 9 rounds. They have 10, so he's wrong. If nothing else.
So even no matter who wins this game, we all win.
Yeah.
Except for Jacob.
Except for Jacob. That's what I'm saying. Fit trying his best, but eventually get dinked and actually gets caught by Woody. That's very strange. Down a man, although Perfecto is holding his own out here in lower dark. It would be really silly if NaVi lost this round because, I mean, this is one that you should just win every single time. Perfecto is starting to play. I mean, he's been playing pretty well all throughout, but now on the scoreboard, you can see he's up there with Bit and right behind Electronic. I mean, Perfecto, Bit, and Electronic as a trio to play up against in itself is hard enough, and if Simple's joining, then I don't know if there's any way to win.
We mentioned it when we saw him down at like 1-7, 1-8. Yeah. It's like you just don't keep him down for a whole map all that often. We don't see like quiet maps in their entirety from Simple, unless you wipe him out like 16-5 or something like that. And Simple's already climbed back up to 10.
Yeah, that really is the problem, isn't it?
Yep.
So obviously nothing for Joe to do except to try and save the gun. It's not going to be possible either. Could be another round. NaVi tie it up 10-10 at the moment. So definitely starting to look real concerning if you're on the side of MIBR. But like you said, this next one is probably the real deciding one, the rifle round that's coming up. If they can win it, they could probably convince themselves again that, okay, we're getting kind of close. We can maybe still do it. If you lose it now, you're going to be out of money and probably NaVi cruise to the finishing line a little bit earlier.
Oh boy, Simple with the op. Spots 2 cross, didn't want to take the shot.
And they didn't throw smoke either.
Taking a risk, a little bit of a gamble. I don't think they had the utility to waste, they probably felt.
Yeah.
That's a real enemy at the gates moment. You go first. It's my turn.
Classic movie. Now, there is an organ play. No AWP, unfortunately, on the MIBR side. So we'll see. Probably less important than the grenades, though, missing. That's probably the thing that really is not that much fun for them. NaVi taking it slow. Clearing out catwalk. Got the bomb dropped in the middle. They can do whatever they want from here, basically. And just spent a little bit of time. Catwalk, usually a good thing to do if you're going to be staging some sort of mid to B split. And that nade is usually another indication that you're at least working on that. Under a minute now. No one guarding the middle really from MIBR except for from inside of the B bomb side, but I'm not sure it really counts the same way. They're going to have very, very late warning for what's coming. Ooh, but they'll get the kill. Org in a good position.
Here we go. This is going to be tough to crack into. Only 2 Molotovs, no flashbangs. Perfecto going to try and force someone out into the open. There's the AUG just holding the angle. Nice and easy. Exit with another one as well. Molotov doesn't do its job perfectly. Eventually goes down. Still a winnable situation, especially considering Simple is on the board with the op.
They got that dink on Electronic, but it wasn't enough for the kill. Oh, Simple missing a shot, and he gets pressured right afterwards. Electronic, he's 1 bullet or 1 nade away from death, so he has to stay clear of any more damage. The Molotov, though, to slow down Turtle is absolutely brilliant. That's going to put some pressure back on MIBR. They do not currently have a kit picked up, and Simple will find a shot. There's Electronic as well, taking down Woody, and Turtle is on his own. Slowed down from the beginning. I don't know. This seems like it is gone.
No
Without the kit, it's just not, I think, going to be possible to find these last 2 players. Electronic has managed to escape. This is such a great round for NaVi to be winning. And Simple, yeah, he can just stay hidden in there, and Turtle already knows. It's NaVi taking the lead. Again, in another very, very unlikely round. Damn.
They almost had the opportunity. That miss from Simple, uncharacteristic, especially when he's hunting for that exact shot. A little bit slow today, but obviously great work. Electronic positioning himself just perfectly. Simple holding an angle so he knows nobody can jump up close to Electronic's position, and that's just great teamwork. Nice 2v3 victory to give NaVi the lead.
I mean, if you combine that with the ending of the first half, where they lost the retake, and the fact that, and in this round, there's probably a couple rounds here that you could say MIBR should probably have been winning.
You want to know what's kind of weird? Just looking at some of the stats, and I mean, this, in all fairness, this is about 2 rounds back, so take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. Simple's got 3 opening kills, but in most of this game, he's been very, very quiet. Other than that, Bit has 1 and Electronic has 1. Like, MIBR has really been winning the battle of the early game, and you think back to that first half. Oh, hold the phone. Let's let these Deagles sing their tune, tell their story. Perfecto moving up into the bomb site. He needs to get one soon. Bomb is dropped behind. That's the op. These angles are tough. Bit, crazy spray, and Electronics left with a minute in a 1 versus 2.
That was a flank through lower dark with the Deagle just as they were pushing into the bomb site. So just all out chaos. You could see there at the end, Perfecto trying to aim absolutely everywhere all at once. Electronic now, 1 versus 2. And it is a winnable round here from his point of view. He could definitely do it. There's the peak, and BR will take him down. Fantastic triple kill for him in the round. And Woody coming up with 2 of his own. And if ever there was anything to save MIBR, surely it's a round like this. There's the kill for Woody, and then BR coming in from lower dark as well. Yeah, huge.
Yeah, this is a crazy round for MIBR to win. Ties him right back up. Sets them up decently for the future. Actually, very well for the future, considering the buy that NaVi's bringing out. 2 Galils, an AK, a Deagle. Actually, excuse me, I didn't see that AK right at the end of the buy time, so pretty decent altogether for NaVi. But if MIBR can win this one and take all the money away, that can be something special. See if they've got it in them.
Yeah, that's got to be the dream. And at the same time, if they don't do it, if NaVi win this round, then when they go back to review this game, this is going to be one of those pivotal points, along with the other 2 rounds we talked about. But this right here is kind of a breaking point. It won't quite be the last chance for NaVi, obviously, but it's going to get them close. Probably closer than NaVi would have wanted. Tied up at 11-11. Woody, he's around the corner with that AWP. Let's see if they can challenge him. Going to be flashing their way through. And a nice timing on that one. He did get tagged. Not so much.
What I was going to make earlier is going into round 21. MIBR's got 15 opening kills to the 5 of NaVi.
That's
just to make that one a little
crazy.
bit cleaner. Yeah, they've been just destroying kind of the opening engagements. Here again in this round, Boomich goes down first.
That's historically must be very rare to get a discrepancy like that. I think almost against any team, but maybe especially against NaVi.
Well, normally, I mean, you want to talk about just the implications of the disparity between the teams. I mean, normally you have that kind of a difference in the opening kills. You're not cruising potentially, but having a pretty decently strong win. They lose sight of the drop down. Joda misses a spray. Turtle's covering from behind so well. The double kills from Turtle in this game have come out at such critical moments. And this hit from NaVi gets stopped, and it looked like it was going to have success. Simple's going to go down. They're letting him live. He's going to get aggressive, but he's going to go down no matter what after the time. Beautiful shot, but it doesn't matter. They take the bonus money away from Simple as well.
Yeah, he absolutely saved his teammate in that bomb site with the spray from long. Really, really well played. And you know, Jason, that's how you win the race. You throw that turtle shell onto the track. And...
You went for turtle shell, like a Mario Kart thing, instead of the tortoise versus the hare.
I know how much you love.
I do love Mario Kart now. He's red shelling it today. Actually, he's technically, I guess it'd be a blue shell. NaVi is the #1 rated team.
Listen, I don't know enough about.
Surely you know the blue shell. Everyone knows the blue shell in Mario Kart.
You're gonna have to teach me one day. All these years, all I've been doing is I've been enjoying you beating everyone else in Mario Kart in the Counter-Strike scene. I've
enjoyed that too, actually.
It's been good, but I don't know enough about it, so maybe one day I'll start to practice now.
Someone here at Blast has that there's the Mario Kart thing where you can like set it up in your house, so you can make like a virtual Mario Kart track.
All right.
And you play it through the Switch, but like we can you know set it up around the caster desk, and this can be like the racetrack.
That'd be amazing. Do that.
So we'll have to get spicy with it. 1 round lead for MIBR, and they're up against not even Deagle's Glocks and P250s. Simple's got 350, so geez. If you just go over... I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that's happened in this round. Do not lose this round, MIBR. I was just about to talk about all the advantages you have, all the benefits, all the gifts you've given yourself throughout this half, throughout this map.
Yeah, please don't screw it up. Now, they have a bit of actually a huge swing here that could be coming out, and all right, the panic is over.
We talked about the opening kills already, the disparity there for MIBR. They've now won a round where they started with just pistols and deagles, and they picked up that AWP that we just saw a couple rounds ago. They had Simple start out this game. I think he got, what, 3 or 4 kills in the first half. He was like 1 and 8.
Yeah.
And they just beat him. They killed him after the time in the previous round, so he doesn't get any of the losing bonus, which he's left with 350 to start this round. You think about that in the context of trying to close out a game where Simple doesn't really have the money to afford an AWP. MIBR has given themselves so many advantages in this second half, and if they don't close it out, that's going to be painful.
It's so interesting that the extra sort of awareness to let him run down the timer and not just get rid of him when you can is definitely a risk, but also definitely very cool when it works out, and it is right now. MIBR really starting to take a bit of a lead now. When you factor in the economy and everything else, this could get real spicy for NaVi for their first and only game right now.
Gets spicy for the whole group.
Yeah, that is something else that we did talk about. I think was that during the World Finals when NaVi took the run through
the lower bracket.
So I mean that does make things very interesting for everyone else, without a doubt.
Well, I mean, think of the added pressure it puts on the OG Astralis game. Like, I don't care what NaVi looks like in this match against MIBR. If you're one of those teams, you're preferring not to play NaVi.
Yeah, please don't. 13-11 is the scoreline. Some money still left on MIBR after this buy. Not a huge amount. Woody trying to get that flick in, but it doesn't really work out. And NaVi are back with a decent buy in this one. They have enough for an execute. They could do some real damage here. But if they lose now, ooh, I don't know. They're all congregating in the middle, trying to clear out that catwalk. Last time, Woody got a pretty good flick on, even though he was blind. This time, he's playing not to be flashed and trying to peek after the flashbang and essentially using the flash as a sort of an alarm for him to peek. So there it is, and it's going to throw a shot their way.
Yeah, that's just a blind shot. He didn't even want to... He just pre-fires it. Another opening kill going to MIBR. That's onto Simple. Yeah, right through the smoke. That's bombed down on catwalk as well. 5 on 4. And that is the last smoke that NaVi has, or the last set of smokes that they've used towards this A bomb site. Bomb is creeping up behind Boomich. But they need to make something work with these. Only one flashbang remaining. Good kill from Perfecto. That's massive. That's towards the B window. And Turtle, he's going to run right into Electronic, who didn't expect it. Beautiful kill. And now Woody with the up. Great flick. And MIBR is starting to do it. Bit, the last one remaining on catwalk, and he's so blind. Flank Perfecto is working his magic, but there's nothing he can do here to win this round.
Very, very interesting. Good flashbang from Long to set up that AWP shot from Woody, just making it even more possible. And obviously, the fact that he caught Electronic out there, I mean, I actually thought that was going to go the other way. Normally, if you're the CT walking in, that's a bit of an issue. This also set up with a flashbang. That was Joda setting that one up to get Simple to begin with. But yeah, that's a nice quick headshot right there. And they're 14-11. No bomb plant either for NaVi. If they hadn't screwed up those other 2 rounds, they've already won, Jason.
Good point. All down to the screw-ups.
Yeah, it's playing that what-if game all day. All day.
All right. Well, this is going to get interesting. Let's see if they can screw up one more round, Anders.
I mean, they probably can. There's always a way. Especially if you are a little bit, less experienced. You are 2 rounds away from beating the best team in the world, opening sort of game of 2022 for yourself. Like, this is where people get real excited and real giddy, and people do make more mistakes.
I don't know, but the way the MIBR is playing right now is pretty damn solid. Even this round, they have the strat red right out of spawn. 3 players, 2 players in mid, 1 in the B bomb site. They've got to lean towards this side of the map. NaVi looking at the mini-map, setting up a mid to B split with upgraded pistols, with 1 Galil, with the scout on Simple. This could be another wipeout for MIBR. They could have 4 chances to close this map.
Electronic is $100 after this. I mean, that's a huge deal necessarily, but they obviously want to plant the bomb in this round, NaVi. I think that's at least the first goal. If they get successfully into the B bomb site, maybe they could even win the round. But BRE already shutting them down from that window in B. They don't even make it past the middle at all, and Boomich goes down to exit. They know that he's here, but they can't do anything about it. They don't have the nades or anything else to do anything. Simple, low on health, and he will be down the last. 15-11, a triple kill for BRE NSN. And as you said, 4 chances right now for MIBR to start this year with an absolute upset.
Oh, and they'd make you right. That's perhaps the worst part of the whole thing. That sucks. Another timeout called.
I promise I'll be civil about it, Jason.
Yeah, sure.
I won't bring it up.
I bet. Second timeout called, and
I'll be a gentleman. Simple can't believe what was happening.
I don't think any of them really can.
No. And I mean, they're having an incredible amount of players that are showing up to this game, which, to be fair, that's probably the only way to beat NaVi, is to have sort of the full squad of people really having an impact.
Yeah, everyone's playing well on the MIBR side. Even Woody, who's kind of low on the scoreboard, 11 and 17 for him at the bottom, but we've seen him hit some great shots with the AWP. A couple of them out dueling Simple as well, and he's also 4 and 3 in opening fights and opening duels, so he's doing a very good job, although that's a couple rounds back as well. 15-11, MIBR's on fire. They're 1 round away from taking the opening map of Group B here in the Blast Spring groups of 2022. Opening kill to Bit, Turtle traded back, and Bit's got another one, almost controlling the spray, and it's chaos at long. AWP blown back towards Joda, just to protect it.
Yeah. That's a lot of output from Bit. Again, that was a Galil that he was playing that corner. It was not necessarily the most high-powered weapon. He could have easily been out-dueled, but did a really, really fine job there.
And the crazy thing is that exchange kind of comes out even to a certain degree. Boomich 20 HP, Joda with 31. They both have an AWP. Both have used a lot of utility in that initial engagement.
Can they clear that car corner easily? If they get distracted from middle as they come in?
Look at the read.
Yeah.
2 players at the B bomb site. And the player at A, the sole player at A with the AWP, is at low health. That's a lot of confidence to put in a player who's pretty bruised up.
They're going to be playing outside, so I don't know. Kind of tricky, means they're going to get smoked out. There's the peek, and Simple is ready for it. Excellent shot on BRE NSN. If they had waited 5 seconds longer inside of the bomb site, they would have had such a powerful defense. But I think they second-guessed themselves right at the end. Good timing for NaVi and a good shot to probably end the round with here. And MIBR, they really need to think about the sort of the runway that they have. The one thing that could kill this for them is if they run out of money. Yeah.
Yep. And sometimes, I mean, that kind of presence of mind about the economy and about the money is one thing that slips away from inexperienced teams. But yeah, good control from Brit. As you said, the Galil, don't normally see it have that much impact, especially in an awkward spray battle at that corner.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some Matrix level stuff. He just picked that up out of the air.
Crazy stuff we're seeing. Bieri is 24 kills, and then it's 22 on Exit, 21 on Turtle. So they just generally a lot of output there. But this round goes to NaVi, so they take a step closer to playing overtime. Had some really cool overtimes yesterday in that G2 game.
Yeah, the G2 NIP game.
I welcome it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, I think it'd be very, very tough on MIBR if it goes into overtime. I think NaVi are gonna have an enormous advantage if that happens mentally. So maybe from that point of view, that'd be heartbreaking. But
I mean, if you do make it, you have to assume that that's what's going to kind of wake up the beast, like a 4-round run to end regulation to force overtime to come back into this, and then all of a sudden, yeah, added pressure onto MIBR that they haven't really had to play with quite yet.
It's very hard to keep your cool, yeah. When all you can think maybe is we could have won already. What are we doing? You know. Here we go. Out long, Turtle. Backup is too far away. I don't think... Oh, Woody, is he going to get here in time? If they kept pressuring, he might have been dead already. That flash nearly could have killed him as well. There's the smoke for the corner, but Electronic is right in front. Actually, there's 2 more people showing up. They have a 3-way setup out here. It's another really good read for the defense. And now they're in a bit of trouble here. Electronic is dropping low on health. I think they know that he's there. What do NaVi do? Do they send back up to Electronic to try and help him and dig him out of this position?
No.
Or do they just leave him?
You leave him to die. And he's certainly going to. Just a matter of time. What you're hoping is that he's freezing multiple players in this position, and he exactly is. He's got 2 players here at long, but man, what a tough spot to get this player out. You have Simple keeping him ducked down, but that's going to be a tough shot. Good one from Bit. Mid has opened up. That's due to the players frozen at long for Electronic, but now Bit's got a lot to do.
Oh.
Good shot from Exit as he jumps up.
That is absolutely well played. Exit not showing himself to that long position, and now Exit, 1 more kill is Simple on his own. 1 versus 3, and he goes down. MIBR, they pull through the upset and defeat NaVi on Dust 2 to start this season with.
Oh, that is spectacular, and you have to appreciate it. You have to enjoy it. We've seen a number of times slow starts from NaVi, and they're able to come back into it. This time, though, MIBR take advantage. A quiet opening half from Simple. A little bit of a rusty game, it feels, from NaVi as an entirety, and MIBR have the first upset of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it to begin with, right? The idea that Simple needed to play a little bit under level, and everyone from MIBR showed up. So really incredible stuff. The desk is ready to break it all down.
Do not adjust your screens, ladies and gentlemen. We are not living in Anders' simulation. We have seen one of the biggest upsets so far of the 2022 season. MIBR taking down